Hi guys, I'm forensic investigator Heidi Kreider. I'm going to be doing your tweet along today, and we're going to be following the forensics unit, and we actually just arrived on scene to a death investigation that looks like a possible OD, but we're going to find out more inside. Alright guys, so right now I'm just gloving up to head inside the scene to see what we got going on, and I have another forensic investigator in there who's in training that we're going to go check up on.
Hello, I'm forensic investigator trainee Gloria Lynn. I was the first one that arrived on scene.
So the medical examiner arrived on our scene. The two of us work in tandem together. We're investigating the scene from a criminal standpoint, and they investigate it from a medical standpoint. So we have to work in tandem together in order to get the job done. And we're getting ready to wrap up the scene and go ahead and clear ourselves. Hey guys, just reminding you to reach out with your questions during today's tweet along. A lot of the scenes that we respond to, some of them won't be able to be shown. So I encourage you to take this time to reach out and ask any forensic questions that you've ever been wondering. It's our main forensics building that we work out of when we're not on calls. So over here we have our processing lab where we bring evidence back to work on. And our garage where we process vehicles. And then over here is our packaging and evidence room. Everybody has their own locker. We package up our evidence and submit it. To answer the question about whether or not I would rather work crime scenes or work in the lab, I've always wanted to work crime scenes because I enjoy the thrill every day of knowing that you're going to get something different out in the field, and you never know what you're going to have, and every day is a new challenge.
I'm forensic investigator Sievers, and it is now lunchtime in forensics.
Getting ready to eat. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start packaging and processing some evidence from some cases I've had this past week. So typically what happens on scene when we collect a lot of evidence, we'll package it in brown paper bags, we'll bring it back here, and we'll secure it in our assigned forensic services locker, so that way it's secured. And then when we have a moment, we'll come back and be able to process and package it. So the evidence we're working on right now is related to an aggravated battery investigation in which an individual was stabbed. So all the evidence that's laid out here right now just simply needs to be packaged, and then I have some more evidence which needs to be processed, which I'll do that in a little bit. So once I'm done processing and packaging all of the evidence, I will create a property receipt, which is basically just a log of everything that I'm placing in a property and evidence. It'll go in these lockers right over here. And then a property and evidence specialist will come over and they will retrieve them from the lockers, take them over to the property and evidence section, and log them in there. So I'm getting ready to process this knife for fingerprints utilizing Hungarian red, which is a chemical that enhances fingerprints made in blood. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray the chemical on. And I've already swabbed it at this point. So from there, you take your distilled water to get the excess off. And if there are any fingerprints, it will adhere to them and be left over. Hey guys, just a reminder to send in your questions. This is the first time we've ever done a tweet along with the forensics unit, so I know you guys all have questions out there, so be sure to tweet or Instagram or comment your questions and we'll be sure to answer them for you.
Pretty much just what she said. Yep. Feel free to ask me any questions, especially if they're about Chicago. I'll answer them.
Alright, so we're done with all of our overall photographs. We're going to start with processing of the scene and any items of evidence that we might find. We're going to process for latent print evidence utilizing black powder. So after the walkthrough, basically what I saw was a lot of broken glass, broken debris, a lot of broken pieces of kitchen equipment, stuff like that. And we also have some pieces of evidence that were left behind that are also going to get processed. So basically in my latent print processing box, I have black powder, magnetic powder, I have brushes for both, I have lift cards and also lift tape, and also supplies to take elimination prints from the victims on scene. So basically I'm going to take my fingerprint powder brush, I'm going to dip it in the black powder, and all the excess I'm going to just blooper, but as I was saying, I'm going to take my fingerprint powder brush and dip it in the black powder. I'm just going to twirl a little bit off to the side to get the excess off. And then I'm going to go ahead and powder my item of evidence to look for some latent print fingerprints. Alright, so we're all set here at this business burglary. I've done all my photos. I've processed the exterior and interior of the scene, as well as items of evidence that were throughout the scene. I've recorded my latent print evidence. I'm going to go ahead back to the office and submit these to the property and evidence section, and then they will be forwarded to the latent print unit for analysis. So now our job here is done, and we can clear and head on out. So upon dusting the window, we have recovered some potential latent print evidence. So what I'm doing right now is, since they've already been dusted, I've placed the tape over top of them. I'm smoothing out to make sure there's no bubbles, and then I'm going to remove the tape and stick it on a latent print lift card. I have my card in hand. The trick with this is to take your time. If you pull too hard, the tape could ripple. Now they're placed on the card like such, and those will get turned into the latent print section. Hey guys, this is Forensic Investigator Kreider again. We are signing off for our Ridealong for today. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun interacting with all of you, and I hope you guys stay safe out there. And just a reminder to lock your doors for the 9 p.m. routine.